that I don't know much about cuisine from the northeastern states of India, particularly Assam. Yedo matta northeastern cuisines patti romba kichi therija madri. Today we're going to travel to the beautiful state of Assam in northeast India and learn about its cuisine from Sneha Saikia. Sneha Didi is a traveling chef. She's set up numerous food pop-ups all around the world, and today she hosts something called a Table for Six luncheon in Delhi. It sounds a lot like an Agatha Christie plot. She invites 6 total strangers to her kitchen and introduces them to Assamese cuisine. Hi Sneha Didi, how are you?
Hi Divya.
Okay, can you please educate us about Assamese cuisine?
Yes, of course I'll tell you. Talking about Assamese cuisine, we can divide Assam into 3 parts. This will be not geographically, it's food-wise, we can divide it into 3 parts. So one part is where Ahoms are populated, so it is Upper Assam, and the food is water-based food. It is zero oil. They do not use a single drop of oil. And down near the bank of Brahmaputra, where it is always flooding, so people out there, they need to store and preserve their food for the rest of the year. So when it is not raining, they dry and ferment. Either they dry it or they ferment their food and meat for rest of the year. And the central part is a trading area, where the traders comes from Bihar, from Orissa, from Bengal, and neighboring country like Bangladesh. So from them, we have learned how to use oil, and that is only mustard oil. And we learned how to fry and how to temper our dishes. And even though we use oil, the central part of Assam we use oil, but oil that will be in a very less quantity, like 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon for just tempering, and adding raw mustard oil for the flavor in our chutneys.
Even though Assam is one state, it's superbly diverse. The upper belt, like Sneha Didi mentioned, is home to many different tribes, and some of these tribes even trace their ancestry to Tibet, Burma, and even China. Sneha Didi is also from the northern part of Assam, and she says the more she travels to all the remote villages there, the more she discovers about her cuisine. Like most other parts of India, rice is a staple, and people are also very fond of fish here. It makes sense because the Brahmaputra river actually flows through Assam, and all the plains are very green and very fertile. So Sneha Didi, tell me, what kind of spices do you all use in Assam?
Assamese cuisine is herb-based cuisine, and not only Assam, it's the entire northeastern states who cooks their food with herbs, and there is no spice. You will not find any kind of spice in our cuisine. And the only spice you will find is black pepper, because we grow black pepper, and in fact the green pepper, when the pepper will be the fresh one, the green one, we use that pepper. And there are varieties of herbs, for different kind of dishes. It's not that only 1 or 2 herbs. There are huge number of herbs in our food. So to understand better, I'll tell you that we have Bihu festival, follows thrice in a year. In January it is Bhogali Bihu. In April it is Rangali Bihu. And then in Kartik month, in November, it is Kongali Bihu. So if I talk about the biggest festival of Assam, the Rangali Bihu, we cook one dish with 101 varieties of herbs. So you can well imagine how many herbs we have, in our state.
When you think of Indian food, one of the first things that comes into your mind is spices. And the fact that Assamese cuisine does not use spices just blows my mind. And I think instead of using spices, what they do is they have a lot of different cooking techniques. Like for instance, they ferment their food. Fermented bamboo shoots is very, very common. They smoke their food directly over flame. They also cook their food inside banana leaves and bamboo hollows. So all of these techniques impart a different level of flavor and aroma. I'm just hungry thinking about it.
जब मैं यहाँ पे दिल्ली में मैंने जब फूड ग्रुप्स ज्वाइन किए थे तो मैंने देखा कि फूड ग्रुप्स में ना हमारे खाने को बहुत ज़्यादा इज्जत नहीं मिलती है। हमारा खाना मतलब नॉर्थ ईस्ट का खाना, इज्जत मतलब एक्सपोजर ही नहीं है, लोगों को पता ही नहीं है, लोगों के दिमाग में वही है कि हम लोग स्नेक खाते हैं या कुछ कीड़े मकोड़े खाते हैं जो भी है।
As we saw, Assamese cuisine is full of character, it's very distinct, and there's something in it for everyone. So it's 2020, you guys. There's no time for disrespect and prejudice. Well done. There you have it. I hope you learned something new about Assam and its cuisine. I cannot wait to meet Sneha Didi in real life. We've been internet best friends for the past few months. And as someone who's never been to Assam, I'm super excited to go to Assam one day. So that's it. I hope to see you on the next episode. Ciao.